Okay, so when I started out with this YouTube project about a year ago, doing recorded demos and explaining everything bet by bet, I thought, this must be much better than trying to get the idea across, the rules across, the procedure, the whole concept across in writing. And I think for a lot of people, that's probably true that they prefer to watch rather than to read about what to do. But now I've had enough people sort of saying, yeah, that's great, love the videos, but what are the rules? you know, and I'm kind of surprised by that, but on the other hand, I shouldn't be. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it yesterday, and I said, my mission here is to get the word out and to help as many people as I possibly can to overcome this sort of gambler's habit of going to these games underfunded, virtually disarmed, and then falling foul of what they call variance. Where everything goes out the window, and the bank, the house, the dealer, whatever, gets an incredible run, which destroys any chance that the gambler has of recovering or protecting himself or doing anything other than saying sayonara to his bankroll. So anyway, that's what this is about. I really can't help being long-winded. I've worked on it for years and always failed to conquer that. So all I can do is offer this yet another printed explanation as to what the rules are, but just say to people, don't just read the words, just watch the play. I'm about to start a second session of Baccarat Win Pro using the hop and the skip combined, and therefore backing banker, which I hate to do because I abhor commission, but I'm doing it as part of my process to try and get people on board with this whole thing. And please keep in mind, I've never sold this. I've never offered any kind of special tutorials or anything like that. I'm not in the business of making money from anybody other than the casinos. Fellow players, I'm trying to help. Not out of altruism, but because I don't like the fact that the playing field is very uneven, tilted very much in the direction of casinos, largely because of the bad habits of gamblers. And that's something to always keep in mind. Gamblers are their own worst enemy. All the house does is it just like a drug dealer, it supplies the drug. It doesn't tell you what to take, when to take it, how much to take. It just says, here you go. And then, the whole thing is that the casinos hand gamblers the noose and the chair. And it's up to gamblers to decide whether or not they want to climb on the chair, put the noose around their necks and jump. And by golly, you see some of these so-called professionals on YouTube, Mr. Handpay and Degen Dolt and various others, and they are just nuts. They're in the drama business, of course. I accept that. I understand that. But I cannot for the life of me understand the appeal of gambling as a spectator sport. But what do I know? I mean, Vegas Matt Morrow has close to 900,000 subscribers now compared to my dozen or so. And, the other guys are not far behind, Brian, Christopher, blah, 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 and great, but anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to put this, it'll have to be a little bit smaller than it is here. But there will be chapters attached to this edit, and so you'll be able to hop back and forth if you want to, and take another look at the rules. But just honestly, all I can say is please watch the demos, because that's where the action is and that's where the explanations are. And please Forgive me in advance for the screw ups that I occasionally make. I do lose track, but I'm doing my best, all right? Okay, so we're going to kick off again with Baccarat Win Pro, but this time a slight variation on the way I've been doing things lately. It's by request of a good friend of mine who takes Baccarat very seriously indeed, and in fact more seriously than me, because he plays it on a regular basis for real money. He's also a big believer in the whole pattern betting concept, but we were chatting about it a little while ago. We try to keep in touch, and he tells me his adventures in real time with real money, and I sort of wish I was playing alongside him sometimes. But anyway, the deal here is $25 start, kicking off on player. What I've been doing lately is skipping after 3 consecutive losses, not hopping because I hate betting banker. I hate the whole idea of the commission. But I'm going to bite the bullet, pull on my my boys' panties, and just get on with it. So I'll explain what I'm doing as we go along. But it's not that much of a variation from the norm, but it is a little bit. So it bears explanation. So start on player. That's just a +1. That's a 51 second. That's a 2-3 third. 1, 2, 3. Well, that avoided the hop, so we stay where we are with the hop or the skip. So we stay where we are with player. Double for the loss. Repeat. Back to the min. Double for the loss. 1, 2 third. I'm just not going to be able to kick this thing into action, am I? That'll be kind of funny, really. Double for the loss. Double for the tie because it's 100 or less. And back to the min there. Double for the loss. 1, 2 third. Okay, so now we're on 3-2, and our target is going to be banker from now on, but we're not going to bet it until we catch a banker win. So we're on 3-2 and skipping, and when we get a win it will have to be a banker win. Oh, there it is. Okay, so 3-2 is where we're at. Now we're on 1-2, and because of the commission problem, okay, what I normally do is add 10%. I'm not going to do that this time because it only gets to be worth it once you're going up in hundreds. So I would, if I were being crazy, it's 1-2, I would bet 3, but I'm not gonna because that's a bit greedy. So 1-2 is the bet. Now it's 3-4. And there it is. So I lost 50 on that, but I'm going to eat it for a little bit and go back to the minimum. $51. Oops. 51. 2-3. We got that one, so back to the min. Still on banker, of course. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. Okay, now our target is going to be player, but we're not going the 1-2 until we see a player win. There it is. No, it's 3-2, wasn't it? 3-2. Let's get it right. Now it's 1-2. It's actually going rather easier than for demo purposes. It's not great, but I hope you're following along okay with this, because it really isn't complicated. Double for the loss because we're on player. Double for the tie because it's 100 or less. And now we're on 3-4 third. Okay, so 7-4, and our target becomes banker, but we're not going to bet until we get a banker win. Okay, now this is not a turnaround bet, so there's no increase in it. 7-4. Because of the tie, it becomes 7-8, so I'm going to make it 7-9 for the commission. Okay, so now it becomes 16-17. Well, maybe a bit. 16-17. It's going to be 16-20, isn't it? Forget that. $16.20. All right. So 36. So that's got to be 16.20. So that's it's got to be 4-4 on the bank. So I've got to bet 4-4.5. This is only the third. Okay, so we came out of that and we got the nasty, the commission, which I'm phobic about. That's covered, so we carry on. Now we're back to the minimum, still on the banker. +1. Plus another one. Plus another one. Wow. This is plus max. Just repeat that. Getting into a little winning streak here, aren't we? Ho ho! We're on the right side for this, for sure. Okay, so we're just going to eat that and go back to the minimum. So this is second loss. Okay, so we covered that. Okay, 51 second on the banker. 2-3 on the bank. 5-3, and now our target is going to be player, but we'll wait for a player win. There it is. 1, 2, 3. 5, 3, 8, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 5, 6 second. And we're out of that one, back to the minimum. Double for the tie, 100 or less. +1. 1, 2 second. That's good. Back to the min. That was a loss, wasn't it? Yeah. Double for the tie. The usual rule, 100 or less. Okay, so now that's 2-3 third. 1, 2. Oops. It's been good if I hit the right button there. Okay. See, it's a volatile shoe, but it's working for us, as you can see, because we've got 26 wins, 29 losses, a shoe balance of 2,670 plus. So you can see that we won more when we won than we lost when we lost, and that's the whole point, right? I think everybody who's been with me for a while on this journey knows that. That's the whole point. Duh. Okay, so back to the minimum, still on player, +1, 51 second on player, 2-3 third on player, 5-3 target next time will be the bank, but we have to wait for a banker win. There it is. One. Oops. Okay, yeah, fine. Don't you yell at me, you silly thing. So it's 5-3. Was that 8-6? Yeah, 8-6 second bet on the bank. So we'll save this shoe. Start a newie. Okay, so this is not a turnaround bet, so I don't bump it up. 8-6 on the banker. Okay, now 2-3. I'm not going to bump that up because it's just not enough. You see, the 5% is going to be 15, so 2-3, I'm content to stay with that and hope for a turnaround. There it is. So we're back to the minimum. See, when we do the 10%, the additional 10% to cover the commission, we don't have to worry about the small amounts, because once we get to big numbers, we're rounding up and we're picking up the dross, the little bets. So 25-1 on banker, +1, 51 second. Okay, we'll repeat that. Okay, back to the minimum. Add 1. 51 second on the bank. 2-3 third on the bank. We got away with that one. Well, we didn't get away with it, but I mean the patterns were with us. You know, this is the thing. It's what I was trying to explain when I was talking to Mo earlier on. We're not interested in shoes, in shuffles, in cuts, in burns, or any of those things. All we are focused on is patterns, the win-loss pattern, ebb and flow, ping and pong, back and forth, yin and yang, however you want to look at it. But it is, you get a flow, goes in one direction and then it reverses and comes back, and so on and so on. And we're seeing this all the time. So we're still on banker, we won 25, let's do it again. And we lost that one, 51 second on banker. 2-3 third on banker. And we got it again. See, we're functioning on a strategy which basically says, I have no way of guaranteeing what's coming next, and every single bet faces the same negative expectation, okay, which is about minus 1.3% when things are going reasonably normally, right? But there's volatility, there's variance, as some people like to call it. And we have to be ready for that. And so we have to respond in a way that protects us when we hit a negative streak, a mean streak, a whole series, a prolonged series of losses, and we have to jump in and try to exploit what may or may not turn out to be a winning streak. It really is that simple. It has nothing to do with prediction, nothing to do with magic, nothing to do with crystal balls or any of that nonsense. We are in the business of simply exploiting streaks. I could call this a streak system if I wanted to. I don't want to. I used to think about calling it the rhythm method because it's all about the rhythm of wins and losses. But there are Catholics out there who might be offended, although I think the rhythm method has gone the way of I don't know, whatever that's gone from the Catholic Church. I'm rambling now because it's bedtime for me, but let's see, banker lost 25, so we're going to double for the loss, and 1-2 is third on the banker. Okay, so 3-2, next target is player. Okay, so now we do the 2, and now we're on 1-2. Now we're on 1-2. Now we're on 3-4. Well, 3-4 is already a turnaround bet, so we're not going to add to that. And there we are, we're out of that one. Back to the minimum on player. Add 1. Okay, 51 second. 2-3 third on player. Back to the minimum. Yeah, I'll do another session like this tomorrow and then put it up in Mo's honour. Where are we? What was that? Player 150? Did player win 50? Oh, 125. Okay, so now it's got to be 100. Okay, sorry. Like I say, it's bedtime, so I'm sort of not as fast as I used to be. So we're on a winning streak right now. So now we're at plus max. Stick with plus max. That's as high as I prefer to go. 5 units. You can go as high as you like. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so now I'm going to chase that. We got that back, so we go back to the minimum. Double for the loss. 1-2 third on player. Got that. It's rhythm. It's ebb and flow, back and forth, yin and yang, ping and pong. Just remember that. Now we're on 1-2 third again on player. Lost that. So the target next time at 3-2 is going to be the banker, but we're waiting for a win over there. Okay, we got, so that's our possible, not probable, not known, not certain. Now, what did I say? Did I say 3-2? Did I say 5-2? I think it's 3-2. Now it's 1-2. And so we're out of that. Minimum. Still on banker. Double for the loss on banker. 1-2 third on banker. Okay, now our target next time is going to be player. Wait for a win. This is funny now that all banker wins. We don't care. We're not fussy. Damn! Frustrating, huh? Look at this. Could have made a fortune. 3-4 on player. There we go. Okay, the session so far is roughly 4,300 in 19 minutes. Don't think that's too shabby. I don't know what you professionals think. Minimum. Add 1. Add 1. Repeat that. Out of there, back to the min. Double for the loss. Double for the tie, 100 or less. We're back to the minimum. We're happy with that. plus 1, 51 second, 2 3 third. And there it is. $51. 2 3 is the next. I think I'm going to have to go to a third, just for the hell of it. Save that shoe. Way past my bedtime, but this is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Did I say 2 3 third? I think I did. Yeah, we're not going to mess with that because it's a turnaround already. There we go. So now back to the quarter. What was that? 75, so we're going to double that because it's under 100 or under. Well, we haven't actually had a loss yet, so now it's 125. We'll chase that. So that's 3 4 third on player. 1 2 3 4. 7 4, and our target is going to be banker, but we wait for a win. There it is. 1 2 3 4 7 4. Now we can go 7 8 because of the tie. Try again. There it is. We should have grabbed a bit of commission there because that was 40. I'm going to keep it in mind. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop now. I'm at 22 minutes and the session balance in 22 minutes is 5,000. So I'm going to save this and get some beauty sleep and come back to this tomorrow and put up an extended explanation. And I'm going to be putting the rules up as well, because this particular one offers lots of opportunity with these gaps at the side, so I can put the rules in there and explanations and so on. But I was explaining to Mo today, it does get frustrating when I'm doing these demos hour after hour after hour, and then people come back to me and they say, could you tell us the rules? And I'm saying, I'm showing you the rules, but I'm going to swallow my pride and just accept that I need to put the rules up where they can be seen throughout these videos, which I'm editing only in the sense that when I put them through the editor they get a lot smaller. They're huge files coming off this screen recorder, and when I put them in the editor I'm at least able to add text and make smart remarks and stuff like that, you know. So anyway, let's just quickly have a look at these results by played shoes. Monday, so we've got 3 up here. But the most important thing is, you know, the whole concept of winning more when you win than you lose when you lose is too much of a mental challenge for a lot of people. I don't really understand why, because it's so logical. You know, if you're up against a 5% house edge, then if you can bet in such a way that your average win is 20% or more higher than your average loss, then losing more often won't hurt you. If it's the same, if it's just 100%, then the 5% is going to eat a chunk out of your bankroll. It's just, you know, but here we've got it, you know, 27 into 8,670 and 32 into 6,425. I mean, right here you've got a perfect example, and I will put the final figures up when I do the edit. But you know, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You must win more when you win than you lose when you lose. And it is extraordinary to me that so many people struggle with that. 28 into 4,566 is a higher number than 27 into 2,325, which is about half that. You know, so it's really not rocket science. It is just logic, mathematics, common sense, and not science, but it certainly is numeracy. You know, that's what it's all about. Didn't run away on this one. I run away. No, I only stopped the next one, didn't I? I didn't run away from it. So let's have a look at that. 5s into 1285 and 3 into 650. Well, 5 into 1285 is about 257, and 3 into this is 217 or something. So 257 over 217. Well, what have you got? You've got a higher average win value than your average loss value, and that's after only, how many rounds is that? 8. You know. And as you can see, this, as it turned out, if I'd played on with this, it would not have been a very challenging shoe, because, you know, you've got runs that are beneficial, ending with this nice little run here. So there's no doubt that this would have been a profitable shoe. But I'm now at 26 minutes. So good night, one and all, and we'll continue this in a bit. Bye-bye. Okay then. We're off to the races. Well, actually not the races. I think you know what I mean. I do get confused because I've got this big project going on right now with horse racing, which I've been doing for years and years and years. And as with this casino project, the whole object is to do my best to level the playing field so that people who love to bet on GGs can do so with greater effect, greater profit, than without my help. That's the plan, anyway. To lots of people it sounds absolutely crazy, but that's just how it is. We're starting on banker with a minimum bet. We left banker before, having turned around, so here we are, still on the bank, and double for the loss, and 1, 2, third. We don't do anything with that because it's already a turnaround. 3, 2, and target now is player, but we're not doing anything until we get a player win. And there it is. So what did I say? 3, 2, 1, 2. And back to the minimum, and we stay on player. And that's a repeat. And that's 51 second. And that's 2, 3 third. This looks like this is going to be a bouncy game. Now banker is our next target at 5, 3, but we're not doing anything until we get a win. There it is, 5, 3. So I think that's right. Okay. I'm always worried about commission, but I'm keeping an eye on that. 5, 3, and now we're on 2, 3. Now we're on 5, 6 second on the bank. Oh dear. 11, 12. Now we're getting up there in terms of if we win. So that's going to be 11, 13. All right, so that worked out. So that's nice. We got our commission back, and still on banker, back to the minimum. That's for the win. 51 on the bank. 2, 3 third. Okay, so that's good. So back to the minimum, still on the banker. +1. 51 second. Repeat. 1, 2. Well, I think we're still okay with commission. 1, 2. So back to the min, still on the banker. Alexa, stop. +1. 51 second. What happened there? Did I do that wrong? No, 1, 2 now. Alright, that's good enough. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51 second. Repeat. Doing good. Back to the min. +1. 51. 2, 3 third. Oh joy. Still on the banker. Double for the loss. 1, 2 third. 3, 2. Now we're moving to player but waiting. There it is. 3, 2. 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. 9, 10 on player. Thank you very much. Not a huge profit, but you know, we make it bit by bit. We don't go for huge wins like lots of gamblers do. We're happy to just bump along and keep on making a little bit here and a little bit there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a repeat. And now it's 2, 3 third. 1, 2, 3 on the player. All right. Double for the tie. Rat bag, dum, ding, ding, ding. That's plus max, I think. Do that again. Chase it. 3, 4 third. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 4, and now we're headed for banker. 7, 4 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11, 8. Dear oh dear, now we're getting into trouble. 11, 8. Now 3, 4, which I think I'm going to make 3, 5 because of commission. Uh-oh. 8, 10. Oh dear. 18, 20. Better make that 18, 25, I think. Okay, so we're at 43.25, so we're getting our arse kicked right now, so I'm going to run away from this. 43.25, which is 4.5, 2.5, and 4.5, 2.5, and we're hopping to player. And who knows whether that's a good idea or not. We're going to find out, aren't we? 4.5, 2.5. Let's call it 5-3 for ease, convenience. Come on then. Right, so we're ready for 5-3, but first we're going to just wait. No good. No good. Okay, 5-3 it is. 1, 2, 3. Now it's 2-3. I was staying with that because it's already a turnaround. 5-6. Oh dear. Okay, so we're out of that. Session balance after 8 minutes is 3,500, so I think that's pretty good. We're still on player, back to the min. And remember, if you're in a situation where you're not allowed to go to the minimum that the strategy tells you to go somewhere else. You'll see that in the rules, but go somewhere else. Okie dokie, that's 1-2. And that's good. Back to the min. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a repeat. Now we're on 2-3, third. 1, 2, 3. 5-3, and we're going next to banker, but we're going to wait. 5-3 it is. 1, 2, 3. And now we're on 2-3. Now we're on 5-6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're out of that. A little bit of commission there. 45. Not gonna worry about that for a little bit. Back to the min, still on banker. Double. 51 second on the bank. 2, 3. Let's call it 2-4 for the turnaround. Okay, so that's 6-4, and we're going to be going player 6-4, but waiting. Okay, there it is, 6-4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 2-3. We're not greedy, remember. 1, 2, 3, and there it is. Okay. See, the thing to remember is we're not interested in all that sort of like smoke and mirrors shit that the casinos throw at us, that they lay on for us to distract us and amuse us and all the rest. We don't care about shuffles, we don't care about new shoes unless we're running away from one, in which case we're looking forward to, we'll go shoe shopping and hopefully find a kinder shoe, and, that's the only time we care. But cuts, burns, all that stuff means nothing. Means nothing. Just follow the strategy and take it, if you like, from baccarat to blackjack to roulette, but don't go to roulette if the bets are high, but to craps as well. But just bounce around, The ebb and the flow, the to and fro, the back and forth, the ping and pong, and all the rest of it. Doesn't make any difference what the game is. All of them are a coin toss, basically, so that's what... Am I in the right place? Did I screw up here? No, I'm in the right place. Okay. Close, damn it. 50 lost, so we're on 1-2. The third. 3-2. So we're going to go to banker, but we're waiting. There it is. 5-4. Why am I laughing? 5-4. There's that. 1-2. 3-4. So that's good. You still haven't got that damn commission back, so I'm going to bet 1. Now I got to bet 2. Oh dear, now I got to bet 4. Alright, well that's about right, I guess. Minimum on banker. +1. 51 on the bank. Repeat it. Minimum on the banker. Double for the loss. Repeat it. 51 second. Oh dear, 2-3, third on the banker. That's already a turnaround, so we leave that alone. 2-3, there it is, we're out. Okay, minimum. Double for the loss. 51. No, that's wrong. 1-2, third. Okay, we're happy with that. Back to the min. Ebb and flow. Back and forth. Ping and pong. That's all we care about. Add another one. We'll repeat that. Okay, so now we're on 2-3 on the bank. Third bet. Oh, well done, banker. But just watch the session balance there. The shoe, you know, we had to put some money out, but that's what the money's for goodness sake, you know. If you go to these games with bugger all money, then you're going to win bugger all and more than likely lose your bankroll. So don't even think about it. Unless you really, really want to. Unless for you somehow losing is fun. And there are people who love to lose. Many people actually. Repeat it. 1-2, second. 3-4, third. 7-4, player next. We should have stayed with banker. Oh dear, there you go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All we're doing is we're just hoping that each win that we see is followed by 1 or 2 more. Usually 2 wins is enough, right? Did I say 7-4? I think I said 7-4, didn't I? Now we're on 3-4. That's already a turnaround, so leave it alone. Damn you ties. 7-8 on the player, second. Aha! So, oops. Alright, so we're out of here. We're going 15-16 on the player is the third bet. Save that and start another one. Oops. I forgot to choose my 15-16. 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to call that 3-4 in 500s. There we go. Okay, so back to the min. And like I say, if you can't bet what the strategy tells you to bet, pick another game, go somewhere else. It's this thing that people have, and you watch these guys on YouTube and it's incredible. You know, they bend over and then they bend over a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. I mean, this last guy whose session I transcribed over to the model, he was 17 bets behind. Lost 10,000 against exactly the same outcomes. Pattern betting won 8,000. Not betting more than him, well, fractionally more action than him, but you know, only about maybe 10% more action. But you know, it's a big difference between a 10,000 loss and an 8,000 win. And there was nothing horrendous about the patterns. the overall was terrible because he lost 17 more bets than he won in 61 rounds. But anyway, what am I doing here? I'm talking too much as usual. There we go. Back to the men. I'll play out this one. Maybe. +1. 18 minutes, so maybe I won't. 51 second. No. What? I messed up here. 1, 2 second. 3, 4 third. Oh yeah, 7, 4. And we're going to banker, but we're waiting. Should have stayed with player. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7, 4. 3, 4, which I think we'd better call 3, 5 for the commission. There we are. Back to the min. And still on banker. Double. Double for the tie. Bugger. 1, 2. And 3, 4. 3, 5. Leave it at that. Okay. So that's 8, 5. We're going to player but waiting. There it is. 8, 5. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, player! And there it is. The nice little turnaround. Okay. But see, there's nothing magical about any of this. It's just logic, arithmetic, numeracy, common sense, self-protection, just basically consistent play. That's the big deal, because if you bet randomly against random outcomes, what the hell do you expect? Come on, folks. Jesus. Okay, back to the min. +1. Oh, we've got a lot of hands to go, don't we? +1. Double for the tie because it's 100 or under. Alright, now we're on 2, 3 second. 1, 2, 3. And now we're on 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, out of that, back to the min, still on player. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. 3, 2, we're going to banker, but not yet. There's the bank bet. 3, 2. 1, 2. Thank you very much. $51 on the bank, second bet. 52 because it's 100 or less. So that's 3, 4 is the third bet on the bank. Better call that 3, 5, I think. There it is. Back to the min, of course. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Okay, so we're on the 3, 2. We're going to be going to player, but waiting. 3, 2 is the bet. Now 1, 2. Minimum. What the hell was that? What happened? What happened? Oh, that's a repeater. Okay, yeah. 51 on player, second. Repeater again. 1, 2, second. 3, 4, third. got that one. Minimum. Yes, Mo was telling me about a pal of his. He sounds like a lovely guy, but he also sounds like a mad gambler. He's a guy with lots of money at his disposal, and he bets long shots. And a long shot better is not a guy who's going to be interested in what we're doing here. Definitely not. What was that? There was 100, so we kill that. Double again for the tie. Another tie? Come on. There we go. So what was that one? I can't remember now. Yeah, okay, so we're out of trouble there. So we'll go back to the minimum on player. +1. Yeah, gamblers are the guys who basically they want to challenge the odds. They're basically saying, yeah, I know the odds are against me, but I'm going to beat them. And to hell with the consequences, you know, and that sounds to me like Big Ray, but could be I'm wrong. That's going to be a repeat. And that's back to the min because we got it back. That's double for the tie. That's +1. And another +1. Oops, alright, that'll do. And that's, we went accidentally to plus max, but that'll stay there now. We don't double that. Okay, lost that one, so do it again. That's 3-4. Third. Damn it! 7-4. Banker is next. Lots of ties. Look at them. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, banker 7-4. So we're not going to boost that until we get to the turnaround bet. 7-4. Now 3-4, which we'll call 3-5. And we're out of that. And how about that for timing? Okay, so we made 7,500 basically in less than 25 minutes. For the likes of Big Ray, I don't think that's nearly enough. And I hope it turns out that I'm completely wrong about that. But actually, well, you know, I'm not hoping one way or the other because I can't help people who you know, who love to lose, basically, which is what's happening there. Anyway, let's have a look and see how we did. And we've got that one there, which was a did after. Okay, so I ran away at a silly point, really, didn't I? I mean, look at that. Stuck it out until then. Okay, so we got the shit kicked out of us there. We did not win more. Win more when we went with the fifth. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. So that was a cock up. But you know, it happens. I mean, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. You know, just suddenly, bang, bang, we're in trouble. And that's the game. That's why you have to have a big bankroll. All right, so let's have a look at the next one. All right, so 28 into 13,800 basically, or 31 into 7,800. I mean, you know, how can anybody say it isn't possible to win more when you win than you lose when you lose? But people are saying it all the time. It's weird. And the next one, we didn't run away this time. We did do some skipping, but we didn't run away. And then the last one today is this one here, and quite a bit of skipping in this one. 30 into 7,800, or 25 into 3,900. And again, you know, you can do that in your head very quickly. You can see that the average win was substantially higher than the average loss, and that is the whole point. So I will love you and leave you, and have fun. Win, for goodness sake. I mean, is losing fun? A lot of people seem to think so. I just watched Bobby Rivas. 5 grand he lost, and he had a smile on his face. But then he says he loses 30,000 a month. Gets it back through YouTube, through Google, because of all the clicks on his videos. But damn, it's madness in my opinion. But what do I know? See you later.